Watch that joint, bro.
We could do a whole Michael J. Fox podcast, man.
Yeah,
But we
man.
won't
Shout out to
today.
Michael J. Fox. Yeah.
Because today it's all about the hustle.
And we still not messing with Matthew Broderick either.
Nah, man. Yeah, see, we don't need Matthew
Your list of
Broderick
people
when we
you
have
don't mess
Michael
with is
J.
hilarious to me.
Fox. But we have Michael J. Fox and why am I blanking on my guy's
Chilling
name
with
right now? What's the guy that was the second Teen Wolf? Jason Bateman. So we have Jason Bateman and Michael J. Fox. We don't ever need
No.
Matthew Broderick, except
No.
Election was a really fire film.
I watched it, but I don't
Credit
even
to
remember
Reese
if it was
Witherspoon.
good.
That's not for him. Reese Witherspoon
Yeah.
made that great. This
Yeah.
has nothing to do with our
Weren't
topic
they
for today.
married?
Like in real life?
Yeah.
I'm judging Reese Witherspoon for being married to Matthew Broderick.
That's really
What?
funny.
I thought better of her. I did.
Yeah, that's fair. She was good in
Look
Little
how
Fires,
humble
man. I
this
don't know if you ever
conversation
watched
was. This is
What
not
you
what you all were expecting from us today.
that. No, not at all. Reese Witherspoon was nowhere on the bingo card
All right,
at
man.
all.
Let's get off the music, man. You said Jay was litigious. He's about to come in
Oh,
here with
yeah.
that cease
I
and
know.
desist. And you know, maybe we should start at litigiousness, bro. Because I'm welcome to the Lunch Break Podcast, folks. Episode 18. This
My
is
man,
what
on
are we
it.
talking about today, man?
We're talking about our origin story as it pertains to our hustle and our grind.
And for
and
those
how
for
we
those
got
of you who
here.
don't have an African lilt, the origin story is how I would pronounce it. Like, what was all of this? This flair you just put on it, man. The
Little
origin
razzle
story.
dazzle, man.
Like, okay,
I
yeah.
had X-Men Origins in my head. That's really what it was.
Yeah, man. All right. So the origin story of the hustle, but
It's
seriously,
realtor.
why are you just always trying to sprinkle African sexy on stuff in spaces that aren't necessary? The origin.
The origin. Give it to them.
Some tofu. All right. We're starting off on a good note, man. Episode 18. We're almost at that dub. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Yes, sir. We got it going. I think we got a flow going. We got consistency, and
We
that's
do.
great, man.
Let's work our pandering into the flow. So come on, let's tell the folks what we need them to do on the front
Okay,
of
we
the
need you to
podcast.
like, subscribe. We need these subscribers, y'all, for real.
We need
So y'all
subscriptions,
see
yeah.
what we doing. Y'all know what we got going. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, engage with the content. Tell us what you want to hear about too. Like if there's topics that you want to hear our kind of take on, please give us those suggestions as well. We are always open to that. I mean, we do this for us as much as we do it for y'all. So yeah, pull up on us, engage with us as much as possible. We are absolutely here for it. We are products of our community and our tribe.
Yeah, and we put a lot of work into what we're doing.
Yeah, we
I
do.
think that's foundational to today's conversation. We are in the origins of the hustle. We wanted to talk about, and we've been talking about, so we like to give you all context of what brought us to the conversation, but we've been talking about just entrepreneurship, hustling, the efforts that we're putting out in the world. This is a business. It is not a hustle. And there is a distinction, as we said in the financial stewardship episode, there's a distinction between hustling and entrepreneurship. But
Amen.
our entrepreneurship was birthed out of hustle. And in our conversations this week, we talked about how New York influenced that and the many different people in our lives who have influenced our hustle that then translated into legitimate business, into an ability to market, promote, sell to different demographics. And we landed on a conversation about KPIs this week.
Yeah, we did.
Key performance indicators for those
Thank
who
you.
aren't businessy corporate out there. Yeah, and in that conversation, we were talking about our KPIs, and it was like, Stu, okay, what are we trying to hit with this podcast here? And that's back to the legitimacy versus the hustle. But we'll get into all of that later. But very much our corporate lives have influenced our ability to navigate our hustles, our passions, and our entrepreneurial pursuits really effectively as adults now. So we'll talk about that today. We'll talk about hustling. What else are we talking about? We're talking about New York. You know what I want you to talk about to start, man?
What? What's up?
So I was thinking about, first we started with the song Can't Knock the Hustle. Perfect.
I was gonna say, like, I mean, there's no more New York song.
No more New York. No more of just. I mean, it's at this point, it's almost platitudinous as a statement. You can't knock the hustle. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, it's an aphorism. It's nothing else. Come on, we're gonna get these flexes off today.
Aphorism, let's go. That boy's smart, ain't he?
But seriously,
that boy's smart.
Seriously, but there is, when I think about not knocking the hustle, and when we were talking this week about old school New York, being on the train, and then having on my train line there was an Asian woman. Shout out to AAPI Heritage Month. This is about to drop on the beginning of it. Yeah, on Monday, May,
and
right?
Mental Health Awareness Month on Monday.
Both important to the podcast, man. So
let's go.
when I'm thinking about, I was telling you about the Asian woman on my train line who was selling
Mhm.
toys and yo-yos and all of that would come
Mhm.
between the
Same.
cars, and it
Yep.
was my favorite hustle, man. And so,
Because
what
you
was
walked
that
the two,
like?
right?
So 3-4.
3-4.
So
Okay.
sorry, I
Yeah,
would
yeah,
walk
yeah.
down the block to Franklin to the 4, but
Okay.
that lady was actually probably on the 4 line. Nostrand is the 3.
I got you. Yeah, we did. I mean, mine was 2-5 because mine was a Church Avenue stop. I had to hop on a bus after
Got
that.
it.
But yeah, I got
Yeah.
you. But yeah, probably the same lady while you playing. She had the little push cart, had all
Yeah.
the toys on the outside of the joint. Like it was a
Crazy
bunch of
amount of
lights.
lights. Like
Yeah, it was
the
crazy.
hyperactive kids go off, right? Come
Oh
through the
yeah.
car. Your mom probably was upset. Like, "Oh, I wish they could
Nah,
like
yeah.
cover your
How
eyes and
much money I
everything."
got on me?
But that lady had, and that was the
Hustle.
hustle. It was this one of the smartest things. Knowing your market, knowing the demographic, coming through. Never seen her get pushed off by the cops. No
Nope.
vending license. I
Nope.
would reach out and grab it, but you all don't need to see all my information. I have my sales and tax use permit for Texas. Legitimized business as a vendor. I have a vending event this weekend.
Now I know you see the clothing line. I know you see
Yeah.
Young Call Kanai over here.
And one of the other things we
Our
talked
viewing
about,
audience.
right? One of the other things we talked about. What about Calvin Kanai from the Martin episode? We did not talk about that, but
Calvin Kanai.
all right. So, and Martin is integral into our lexicon as a podcast and friendship. So,
Yes.
anyway, one of the things that we did not talk about on the last podcast was the event that I am going to do tomorrow. So we record on Saturdays. This might actually be the brunch break podcast now. We used to record during a lunch break,
Brunch break.
but I'm going. Yeah, we just can't rebrand yet. We're too good.
That's good. No, we got too late.
That's why I was watching my face. Like brunch break. That might be the one.
Yeah.
So
That's it.
anyway, we did not talk about the fact that I was vending, or I will be vending tomorrow. So Sunday, by the time you all hear this, the vending event will have gone exceptionally well. I'm in what's the best that can happen mode, but I did
That's
not
right.
take the opportunity to promote myself in the last podcast because that's just not who I am. And when we were discussing, we were talking about hustle, and I was like, presently, I'm not really a hustler, man. Hustling comes with that shameless self-promotion, that putting your thing out there. I'm a creative for sure. I'm an entrepreneur, and I've been a hustler at many points in my life, but
Yeah.
it's just not the space that I like to exist in, because often the hustler, and we were just talking about Franklin Satan and all that earlier before we started
Yep.
the podcast. Often the hustler
We'll drop that clip.
has there's no brand allegiance. I mean, there may be brand allegiance, but they're not pushing a product that they produce themselves often.
Right.
It's wholesale. We won't get into the different types of hustles, but most of the time they did not create the product. Yeah, most of the time they did not create the product that they're pushing in front of the consumer. But in what I do, right, as opposed to hustlers have very little vulnerability in selling their thing. Me, it's I'm selling my artwork to you.
Emotional tie and connection to the product that they're selling, usually outside of what they can get from a transaction.
It's transactional. It's about that dollar. And even we talked about the vulnerability in it, how minimal it is, because the no it's not a rejection. I mean, it may be a rejection of your product, of your price point, but again, you didn't make that product. You don't take it personally. The no for the entrepreneur is like, no, I'm rejecting what you've created and told me that had value. I'm saying that value is not there to me. And there's a different level of vulnerability to that. And over the years, I had been great as a hustler. And back to those origin stories, that lady on the train, I used to go to Aqueduct flea market with my mom and buy, and we were talking about this. So talking about how I used to go to Aqueduct with my mom. My mom would be buying sweatsuits to go and sell. So we were in New York. For those of you who don't know, Aqueduct is a flea market in Brooklyn and also a racetrack. We won't get into the track side.
No, we won't get into that.
Betting on those ponies. But Aqueduct is a flea market. I mean, even realistically about origins, man, I saw so much hustle in my youth. With like, I used to be in the gambling spots with older aunties and such, and like I've seeing people run numbers and all of that stuff. May or may not have participated in it as a youth and didn't understand what I was doing.
Over here. Look at Quick,
dude. Calling in like, what's all right? So the second one was like, actually have you on the phone line. It's wild. I'm glad statute of limitations has passed on all of this. So,
well, you're such an eloquent young man, so that works.
Yeah, sure, but terrible with math. It's like arithmetic just throws all types of stuff at me, man. Yes, just simple arithmetic
for sure.
Yeah, but I know numbers. So shout out to Larry June. Anyway, man, so the origins of that hustle, I would see my mom go to Aqueduct and buy. She would buy sweatsuits to then go and sell when she was going to different cities down 95. So stop in Baltimore, stopped at Greensboro, where we had family. And his cousin Chi-Chi is in town from New York. Cousin Cheech has all of the hottest things from up north, and she's in all of the stops along the way. Yeah, get the right. Just pop up the trunk, and it was trunk sale stuff, man. It was
Yep.
so beautiful. My mom's one of the most hardest working people I've ever seen, though.
No
Uh, just,
question.
just, just want to
No
give that on
question.
the front end, and in so many ways, like not just hard working because she'll go and make a dollar happen, but the fact that my mom was an electrician when I was younger. So
Hmm.
my mom, like just physically laborious work until she was injured. So
Yeah.
when I saw that image early on, hard work was always in me. But I actually want
Amen.
to talk about this, and you don't know it, and because I want to limit my voice here too. I I've always I've always been naturally talented, but I've always admired your work ethic. And when I think about let me
Yeah.
give you your flowers. Let me finish it out. When
I
I come
appreciate.
to
I
New
appreciate
York,
that. I appreciate
when
that.
I would come to New York and see you work every weekend, you would like just see how you were on the phones and stuff. In our adult life, I realized how lazy I was in a bit. I haven't always been the hardworking guy I am now. Hard work always beats talent if talent don't work hard. And it was just watching you over the years, man. I was like, I've never seen anybody work as hard as this dude, besides mom, maybe, right? But like
Yeah.
watching you day to day with adult eyes and like, nah, this dude to the point like just take a break, man. Like let your mind rest. But dude, I've
Yeah.
never seen so all praise and flowers to you,
Hey
dog. Like
man,
you are one of
I
the most
really
hardworking
appreciate that.
people I've ever seen, man.
I appreciate that, man. That means a
Yeah,
lot.
what so give us your origins. How
Same
where'd you
thing,
see
man.
that?
I mean, really, like I watched my mom bust her tail, man, and my grandma bust her tail, and my grandfather bust their tails, man. And I think there's this. I had this conversation. I might have told you this, but I had this conversation maybe last week and the weekend after last. That Sunday, actually, because you left on Saturday, but that Sunday, my cousin came over, and we were talking about just like that extra pressure, or yeah, pressure probably the better word, the extra pressure you get from being the child of immigrants. And it's like, yo, you the one. Like we bring in you here so that you could really manifest all the dreams that we couldn't acquire in our homeland. And the idea is like, come here, build a life for yourself, go back, give back, and put a lot of that resources back into the tribe. Um, so yeah, I mean, I think that there was always something higher. You know what I'm saying? It was
Hmm.
always something that was above me. It wasn't necessarily like I just
It's
wanted to make
above
sure
me
I was.
now.
It's above me now, man. Like I just want you get to a point where you're like, I just want to. I don't want to be the person that they say, oh, he didn't work hard, or he didn't realize his potential. That's really
No one
that's like
will
my
ever
biggest
say
fear.
that about you, bro. You can let that go now. No one will
Thank you,
ever
man.
say it. Seriously,
Thank you,
anyone that's ever
man.
shared space with you, it's interesting because sometimes I want you to work a little less. It's not like like back to this buddy comedy
Nah, I
that
know
we're
what you
painting
mean.
out. It's not like I'm just a complete slackard and
No,
sluggard,
not
right?
at
But
all. You
it's
grind
like,
too,
man,
bro.
anyone that's ever shared space with Stu, you've probably seen like he's always got something going. He's always working on something. Whereas my mind has always been working, but the application of those things hasn't
Fair.
always been there. It's just and as of late, we've seen that kind of transition because I've started pairing the lessons I've learned from you, lessons I've learned from mom, lessons I've learned in corporate, all channeled towards this one thing that I've grown behind me. And I'm
Dude,
super excited about it, man.
the growth for you, man. Let me tell y'all a story, man. There's a time when
Didn't know we were
I
doing
used to
story time.
a story time, right? We need to get the little
Go ahead.
the rainbow
Let
joint
me, let me find me a story about
with
Stu.
with the heart. But there was a time when I really looked at Zan's work, and this was like earlier, and I think it was maybe the first time I came to visit you in Philly.
Mhm.
Um, and you remember the piece that you haven't finished yet, the one that has the guy putting the sneakers on. I think it's you putting your sneakers on.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, yo, this dude is really talented. And for years,
Now we
like
get. I see you throwing me the lob to go put that in the clip
for
later on next week.
years,
Yeah.
man. Oh yeah, you like that, right?
Yeah, I see.
For years, I've been like, yo, Z, you gotta get back into art, man. Like you're really talented. Like it's next level. Like you have to channel this in some way. Like there's a portion of yourself that you're not allowing yourself to unlock because it's there. And
Mhm.
again, like to see you like climb back into art the way that you did over the last like 10 years has been amazing for me to watch
And you got
because
man, the timestamp is important. I appreciate that. The 10 years, because a lot of
10
people look and
years,
think I
dog,
just
that
popped up
grind
and
is real.
started
I
doing
see you
work.
too, brother. You are seen, fam.
Thanks, man.
Like I see it. Truly. And like to be here and to see it and to walk into your house and see all the artwork that you painted, like that's next level. Like
It's like a museum,
I don't
man,
get the
and
same
people
joy.
don't get to appreciate that.
I don't
Yeah.
get the same joy from these pictures I have on my wall that I took pictures of. I don't get the same joy from that as I get from seeing your art in your house. Like it makes me, when I look at this Be Mindful painting, it's like my man manifested something that was important, and it unlocked that portion or re-unlocked that portion of your artistry and your creativity, and it allows you to be your full self in a place where you have to go to work every day and tuck your chain. So like that outlet is so important. So I
Yeah,
mean,
just
I want to
now
give
I
you
just
your
need to do
flowers too,
chain
man,
art.
because that's real, bro. That's
Thank you,
on
man.
everything I know.
And for the longest time, I felt like work was at odds with my artistry,
Mm-hmm.
and it felt it was exceptionally hard to lean into it. People always talk about work life balance. I'll shamelessly toss in my word of the day
What's
here, right?
that?
I had to work in I had to work indefatigably to make sure that I get things done,
Nah, son, you can't
and make
slide that
sure
in,
that
bro. You're gonna have to say that word again, bro. I don't even know what you just said, bro.
indefatigable, and then we're just using the what is the conjugation of it as indefatigably, but it's but really in the word, so if you really want to get nerdy with it, so the word itself is basically indefatigable. So when you think about
Ah,
fatigue being
yes.
tiring, it's
Mm-hmm.
the inability to get tired in a pointing in an effort or an activity, and you could use it to describe a person and all of that. So like I
Did
really
you see
work
Zan use his
tirelessly.
SAT? His SAT break down the word. He about to tell you it's Latin too in a second. Watch.
Yeah, no, no, but from fatigas. No, I don't actually know the etymology of it. But seriously, I just had
Etymology,
to
my
work
God.
tirelessly at allowing myself to exist as myself and being an
Mm-hmm.
artist. I've said this before. Teresa McDaniel, my high school painting teacher, always said an artist is just a sketchbook with a person attached.
Mm-hmm.
And the tucking the chain was less of the actual tucking my chain. It was tucking my ability to express in the way that an artist does at work for so long. And it's
And
been
that's
interesting. Go ahead.
I mean, that's such a impediment.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like
it's been a journey,
yeah,
man. And I've had a couple reminders as of late that have affirmed that I'm on the right path. And
yeah,
I always get those reminders, right? I share them
yeah.
with you all the time.
Well,
But
you listen well
oh
to
yeah,
the,
I'm dialed into the
because
you
people,
guys. I'm
yeah,
dialed
yeah,
in.
you be dialed in. You touching the earth
The
and
alchemist will tell
hugging
us that
trees. Shout out
yeah.
to Grandma PJ.
The alchemist says that you have to learn to speak the language of the universe, and
That's right.
I speak God's language, which I think is translated through the universe, and it's just
Mm-hmm.
paying attention to when the signals, the sign. People get so serious about, hey, give me a sign, Lord, give me a sign, right?
Somehow I knew you
You
were
know,
gonna
shout
end up
out
there.
DMX. I'm gonna shout out DMX if wherever, but like people are always gonna talk about giving me a sign, and they're there all the time. You just got to be on the
Yeah,
right frequency. Hippie moment for
that's
the
right.
day, tree hugging, right? But
Yeah.
when I see those signs and affirmations, it's happened a couple times this week. So one of the coolest things was that the chief diversity officer of Boeing said worth over wealth in a meeting, and I was like, and I was actually trying to get the.
He ain't hear nothing else after that. He just heard that part and was
Well,
like, wait, what?
it actually made me uncomfortable because this is the point that I'm trying to bring
Yeah.
out in this. I'm not a hustler because I don't self-promote. I don't like the attention on me. And even this event this weekend is going to be really difficult for me from a social anxiety standpoint. It's like I produced it. I don't want to have to sit and try to share
And
it with
sell it.
you. And like
Yeah.
the performative part of my artistry is not really what I love. I just love the creation aspect. But
You know, we ain't got
so
no problem about bragging on you, bro. I
thank you.
walked your hoodie up to Travis Scott, bro. Like, yo, fam, you gotta check this out,
And
B.
we've been shooting those moonshots
Yeah,
nonstop, and people don't
hey,
see all the work. Like this is
takes
like
one
30
yes.
some odd individual. There's no two items on this rack that are
My
alike,
man
man.
got
They're
skews, yo.
skews for days. Like I've been creating, and it's been, people see the thing and think that it's relatively quick. Even you wearing the True Luck charm, you had an OG
Mm-hmm.
True Luck charm on in the last episode. I didn't
Oh
even
yeah,
mention it. Back to the self promotion, just like we
yeah.
talked, it was cool. I never mentioned it on the podcast,
Got it right here.
but. Back to the story in work this week. So we're in a leadership team meeting, the whole global equity, diversity, inclusion leadership team. Chief diversity officer of the company is my boss, and it's T-shirt
Yeah,
Tuesday.
Jedi.
Now, right? Which I don't know if we're supposed to share that because I don't even know if we're allowed to say it internal to the company anymore. Talking about that litigiousness, and my boss is actually an attorney as well. who has a
Oh, okay.
fantastic now I'm just bigging up my boss, but she has fantastic vocabulary. So I was actually thinking about one of the words that she's used, which is gossamer recently, as was going to be
Gossamer.
our
That's one I know.
word of the
Yeah,
day. I mean, she has tons of. I've heard her say
I
things.
believe it.
It's just she's brilliant. I'm fanboying right now, but so we're in the leadership team meeting, and that's also part of the coolness that like people who I look at as some of the greatest minds, and I work with incredible people, are understanding my brand, and I've never once pushed it.
Right.
Like my boss's executive assistant asked in the chat for the link to my clothing line. I just ignored the message because it just makes me uncomfortable. I will not do
Yeah.
that. I've never crossed that line, but I wear my stuff when I'm on calls. Why would I
Right.
not? I'm in my home. I'm being
Right.
comfortable. So it's T-shirt Tuesday. I've got on the what I know to be the E Statement hoodie. So it's the one
Mm-hmm.
with the chenille fuzzy across the
Mm-hmm.
chest, Worth Over Wealth logo. And I've been wearing it when we meet for leadership team offsite meetings and things, or wearing my brand. So now it's become branded amongst my team to where she was asking everybody what their T-shirts were. Some people had on concert tees. Some people,
Of
like one
course.
dude's daughter got into Cal Poly. He's wearing a Cal Poly tee. Like
Oh, dope.
everybody's, it's like Spirit Day kind of, right? Our
Yeah.
leadership
Yeah. No,
team
I got
meeting
it.
every
Yeah.
week. We're
It's
wearing
just
this is a
building
cool
culture.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've never felt like I could wear this T-shirt to refund Black America to and these are the
Hey,
things. But
man.
this was my one. This was the T-shirt that made me know I could do this. This was the first tee. Well, actually, I think it was the Juneteenth tee.
It's
But
Juneteenth
between
too
that
because I
one and
just
this
pulled it
one,
out. I got it right here.
those two selling out, I was like,
Mhm.
oh, people actually like my art, and my art that is focused on Black experiences. It's speaking to my people.
That's
So
right.
that's what pushed me into doing, because Worth Over Wealth didn't exist when I did the Juneteenth tee.
That's right.
It
It was
didn't,
just True
like,
Love
the
Charms.
concept did not exist at all yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And anyway, so my boss is on the call and she's pointing out t-shirts, and I'm like, oh well, I have a t-shirt on under this, but it's cold in my office. I'm wearing a hoodie for my brand and I want to
Mm-hmm.
move on. She's like, and that's
Mm-hmm.
Worth Over Wealth, right, Zan? I'm like, yeah. And then
How do you
somebody
know that?
else, and then another colleague says, yeah. And because I have a colleague that has a sweatshirt on our leadership team. There's
Mm-hmm.
about 10 of us, and she's like, and I was gonna wear mine, Zan, but I want to make sure I had the right explanation of it or the code. I was like, all right, y'all, can we not talk
You're
about this
uncomfortable.
anymore?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it
I
made
know
me
what you
like
mean.
my body
I
tenses
know.
up, but it
Started
was
getting
just,
squeamish.
yeah, but a really cool, affirming experience, man, of just, this is where I'm supposed to be. The next day, I go into the office. I'll tell this really quickly. I go into the office, I go to the office like twice a month. I
Mm-hmm.
go into the office, and it's big for me to be going in wearing jeans and sneakers, and I always have something for my brand, either a pin or
Mm-hmm.
something like that on. And I plugged my laptop into the monitor, and I forgot that my background is that corporate mask image, and it pops
Yep.
up on the screen. And I've been trying to pull off this mask for 14 years in this company. And I'm finally feeling like part of that, to the original point, that artistry that felt that battle with the company. I'm able to really be me and be the artist at Boeing now, and have both lanes distinctly defined as careers. And it feels incredible, man. It's just dope.
I always knew you'd get here, man. I always knew you'd get here. I'm just happy you leaned
Yeah.
into it, man. We all
Well, I
have. I
mean,
mean, you think about we all have. Like at the end of the, I mean, you think about Gibran, the Kehinde Wiley book that he gave you. You know what I'm saying? Like that inscription. I won't
that
speak to it
inscription in
because
there.
that's personal.
Yeah.
But like we all knew you would get here.
Yeah. It's, and that's why, I'm starting to see it through the eyes of others, because when you're working so hard and you're working indefatigably, you don't really pull your head out the weeds and say, okay, how much progress have I made? What does progress actually look
We
like?
never do that.
Yeah.
We never do that.
I mean,
I
even
think
on the podcast, man, how have
yeah.
you been feeling about our progress here in another entrepreneurial pursuit?
Well, I started again, like I said, like, in the beginning, it's like, we about to get to episode 20 and I feel like we hit our stride. Like we know our lane. We got it. We got to operationalize in a way that allows for us to scale, even content and all these different things.
Mm-hmm.
For us, it's just, it's trying to make sure what that or establishing what that call to action is for the
Mm-hmm.
people that really do buy into our thing. Because for clothes, it's easy, right? It's like buy my clothes or at least tell somebody about it, right? And for
You
us,
think
it's
it's
like
easy.
subscribe to our stuff and share it. What'd you
Yeah.
say?
I said, you think it's easy.
I mean, yes.
Getting a dollar out of people is a lot.
No, the actual
Be
act is
real.
difficult, but like
Yeah.
what you're telling them is easy. Yeah, I
Spending
got
the
you.
dollar is different. Yeah.
Mhm.
Because I'm trying to squeeze those coins out of folks.
Look, tomorrow's gonna be your day, bro. You gotta hold it down, man. I'm very excited
It's
for
gonna
you,
be
man.
good, man. So one of the things that popped up in my mind when you were speaking to this, what was the exact phrase you used? There was a phrase that was very corporate,
Hmm.
And I laughed at the phrase because we've learned so much from corporate America over
We
the
have.
years.
I mean,
And
we've grown up in corporate America, like not for nothing. Like
yeah, I've almost been
we
doing
want
corporate
Morehouse to corporate
America.
America.
Yeah, like in about 4 years or so, we will have been doing corporate America longer than we've been doing not corporate America, basically,
Right.
right? And that's just nuts in and
Crazy
of
to think about.
itself. But when you think about it like that, and I tell mentees all the time, if you go and you work for these companies and you don't learn things that you apply to your personal life, then you have
That's
wasted
it.
your time.
That's it.
You have
That's it.
absolutely wasted it. Whether that's your
That's the
life,
right.
whether that's
That's
your
the
personal
right.
businesses.
Yep. That's the right.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
just
right. That's the right advice to give, because the idea here, and we've talked about this, touched on it at least a little bit, was these institutions have a way of doing things, and
mhm,
when you learn that way, you're able to. A prime example is when you were doing when you were on the finance side of Boeing. You
mhm.
know, some of those lessons helped you build your business in a way that has the books like together and all of those different
Yeah.
things, because you had it in practice. Like that was
I
your
did
that was your
7 years
job.
as a financial analyst. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
forecasting. Yeah, revenue orders,
yeah,
all of those things. So
exactly.
I could essentially do everything for my company by myself,
Right.
which I have been doing and don't. And I've obviously had help. Like, let me not ever
Yes.
discredit Liz and others.
Oh,
But what
for
I
sure.
mean is like the essential functions of the company have been ran by me, and I no longer desire to do that. But I had to
Of
build the
course not.
standards and all of that to then go and hire other people to do it, and that's a part of
Yeah.
scaling. But
Yeah.
when you work for these stalwarts of American institutions, right? You were at Turner, man. I'm at,
Hmm.
and even in the new, I mean, even as old as Twitter has become now. At first, it was
Yeah.
new, but it was back to a pillar of tech at a certain point. So working at
Yeah.
these institutions, Boeing's 100 like 7 years old now, I think it is,
That's so
1906.
wild to
Yeah,
think about.
so or
Boeing,
1916,
GE.
excuse
Yeah.
me, not 1906. But yeah, man, it's just like you look at these companies, and for them to be able to exist this long, you have to be sitting there learning. Like you laughed earlier because I said I felt like the spook who sat by the door, but I truly have
Yes.
sat by, like, shout out to Sam Greenlee, sat
Yeah.
at the door and really did see everything, and then say, okay, how do I apply this to my life? How do I apply this
Yeah.
to business? I was talking earlier about the supply chain impacts on my
Hmm.
business. And I learned how to lead how to work a global supply chain because I worked in supplier management at work. I worked in
That's
supply
right.
chain at work. I've done mergers and acquisitions, and working with suppliers that are 12 hours ahead of me and understanding how the geopolitical landscape and economic forces affect that. Some of that was through my undergraduate
I
education,
was
but
gonna
really it's
say,
through real
yeah.
world application. And when you work for a
Hmm.
company that does commercial aviation, defense, and space stuff, it's like,
Hmm.
well, what don't we? Everything across the globe that ever happens everywhere at any time affects how many people want to fly and how many people need to be defended against outside forces. So whether
Yeah.
that's sustainability, like everything affects
Hmm.
my company. So as I'm sitting in meetings, I'm learning things and recognizing, oh, these same forces are putting pressures on my business. The
Right.
reason my impex costs are up is because of aggression in South China Sea, or the
Right.
fuel costs that are rising because of what's happening between OPEC nations, or what's happening in Russia. And all of these things
Right.
you're like, well, if I'm going to my earnings call for my company and seeing it's affecting them, my employer, it's got to be affecting me. Right. And
Yeah.
those are the things that you pick. So talk about some of the lessons you've picked up from corporate over the years that you're applying to personal businesses, even kind of thinking of our KPI discussion, CRM stuff, all of the things that we're doing here. What are those things that you've applied?
I mean, even just thinking about how we market this podcast, and you do a great job of handling all of those things. Like a lot of that is just marketing and branding, right? Like, so that's been a big thing for me. I've tried to do my best to apply a lot of how we do the branding for different companies to my own self personal brand, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
what that looks like is speaking on panels, like in the importance of getting your voice out there, and the importance of establishing yourself as a thought leader in certain spaces, and that's been something that has been very there's been a lot of seminal moments where I've looked back at that stuff, and again, like I said, like we said earlier, like you never sit back and like go back and be like, dang, like you did all of that, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You
You got to
spoke
keep
on
a
these
folder.
panels, like you mentored children, you
And
brought
you know
people
what?
into
So
tech.
let's stop right there, man.
Mhm.
And sorry, but this is really important because all
Mhm.
this stuff, and we both casually speak about the things we do on a day to day basis,
Mhm.
even amongst one another, and it's important to really call out what it is. So, like you were saying the other day that you address the entire employee base at your company, right?
Mhm.
And it was like some inordinate amount of like thousands of people, right? Or, no, it's actually
Yeah, it
you
was.
can
I
put a
mean, at
number
that
on it.
point, it was like 8,000 people. It was all of Twitter.
How many people talk to audiences of 8,000 people though?
That's a good
Right?
point.
And address like when you really think about those types of things,
Mm-hmm.
and that those are the things that you're doing. But it's like, oh yeah, I guess I do this every day, and just saying the
Mm-hmm.
sheer numbers and putting that around it when you enumerate and when you actually say, okay, whew, 8,000, that was an audience,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm putting together a strategy that I'm deploying for 28,000 people in the business unit. That's 28,000 people.
It's a lot of.
Like
It's a lot
that's
of impact.
that it is, and to the idea back to marketing, as we were
Mm-hmm.
saying, the skill
Mm-hmm.
sets I'm employing in every space are the same, and I'm learning from continuous improvement and continuous learning, right?
Right.
Machine learning at this point. I'm just
Yeah.
coding the brain. I'm learning in each of these spaces. Okay, well, if I'm marketing to these 28,000 people, then my audience of however many people on my my Instagram page or in my newsletter list for MailChimp or all of those things, like I know how to reach these people. So actually, I was doing my Saturday morning cartoons email today,
Yep.
and I realized, oh, I need to start using the smart brevity that we're using at work when we're trying to get people. Why should you care about this? Why are you
Right.
like pulling that stuff
The
into it?
TLDR. Yeah.
Dude, like that TLDR is so important, and we know I'm wordy. So
Yeah.
like let's
Well,
cut this
yeah.
down to get the point across to people. So
Too long,
another
don't
thought.
read, by the way, for you all that don't know what TLDR is. I know it's corporate speak, but yeah.
It's just corporate speak, and it's like old school blog era internet speak as
That's
well.
true. That's true.
Ooh, I miss
That's true.
Tumblr, boy. Tumblr
Man,
was
I had a
something else back in
Tumblr.
the day.
Man, we're not
Remember them
even
high
gonna go
school
there.
dances, boy. The blindiris.tumblr.com.
Yo, I got and then I had
Does
the
it still
Book of
exist?
Angelos. Remember that?
You did have the book. Man, we used to have blogs, bro.
We had that used to have
The
blogs. The
blog era.
FBI came to shut my joint down because I put a stream link for Entourage episodes on my joint.
Look at Stu getting in trouble. All right, so you got beef with the FBI. I've got beef with the USPTO. You know what the USPTO is?
Patent Trademark Office.
Yeah, as we talk about litigiousness. So the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office has actually been telling me that they've not approved my trademark for Worth Over Wealth over the last 2 years. It's not rejected. It's just like in this whole pattern of send us more proof that it's actually Worth Over Wealth. And the word mark specifically, you know, is I'm not going to pull any y'all. It's iconic at this point. Y'all have seen it. But it's the over is in the orientation. So
right.
People, but they're saying the word over is not in the word mark. So I had to prove that the branding is such where people are saying Worth Over Wealth. And that, so those are the last articles we've submitted. But back to if the chief diversity officer of a 150,000 employee company is saying Worth Over Wealth in a meeting, and what she's reading is just worth with wealth under it, I think my thing is
understood.
Right. Yeah, let's just be clear. But these are the things that I'm having. So I had to go.
Piece of evidence.
Dude, I had to go and pull. And maybe this probably could be submitted though, or I have her send a statement. I don't know. That might be the line I finally cross at work where I'm like, hey, I didn't want to send you all the link, but can you actually help me to submit this and tell them that you're saying this in a meeting to many people?
Yep.
But at any rate, man, this I forgot what I was, but beefing with the government was where we started back to. But we don't want Teddy. We don't want Teddy to come get us, man.
Right? Yeah. Please don't cancel us.
If they disappear us, look, this refund. Y'all remember me as I was. If they disappear us, the upstanding corporate citizen, they'll try to do a smear campaign. And I mean,
I just paid my taxes.
Taxes paid
to
state and federal. Business taxes paid. Everything is clean. Look, yeah, but that's I mean that's what you should be doing, period.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. But the unfortunate reality is you have to make sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted as a Black man, because one misstep and it's just the fall from grace is just it's
quick and it's long.
It's oof. All right, so anyway, back to this idea. Well, I do want to still talk about.
I wish I could see Zan's physical reaction to that comment that I just made. He felt
but
it.
I do also want to talk more about that origin stuff, though.
Yeah.
And when I'm thinking about the origins, we were talking about. You sent me the picture this week of the candy bars, the chocolate candies,
the world's greatest chocolate joints.
Yeah, world's greatest chocolate. When did you first get introduced to hustling on behalf of the establishment? That's what I'll call it.
That might have been it. I think that was the first one. It was either this one or they used to have those books where you put in orders. It was like flowers and teddy bears and chocolate and all this other random glassware.
Basically edible arrangements before it actually just became a brick and mortar
Yeah, it
store.
was weird.
Yeah.
It was very weird. But I don't even remember the
Man,
company
we grew
that
up in a
did it.
really weird era. Wow.
It was
Joe
strange. I
Corby's
don't even think they make
Pizzas.
kids do nothing like that anymore.
I mean, they used to sell pizzas to people, and then
Yeah, the
like
Joe Corby's joint.
and then you had to wait like 6 weeks to even get the
It took
pizza.
forever. It took forever.
Hey, you said you don't think they make kids do that anymore. We bought popcorn from Mike's nephews within the last 5
Oh,
years.
that's right. That's a good point.
Kids
That's a
are
good
still out
point.
here
That's a good
selling
point.
that. Look, they got them on the package. They got them on the
Dang, I
corners.
forgot about that.
There's a bunch of corner boys out here just selling on
Yeah.
behalf of the establishment.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely them. I mean, I hit the block, bro. I was knocking on everybody's door. I sat at the park at Tilden Park with them chocolates, like yo, $1 a piece. Like,
Ladies and
what's up?
gentlemen, I am out here selling
Right,
candy, not for
exactly.
no basketball team, but to keep money in my pocket so I will
And to
not be on the
rob
street.
y'all.
Go ahead, give
That's
them
one
$1.
thing about
I
New
only
York,
have
man.
Skittles.
That's one thing about New York, man. Your reminders about hustling is it's constant. You ride the train, you're walking on the sidewalk, like wherever you are,
Billboards and posters and promo everywhere.
Yes, man. Selling
like
chocolate,
the Jamaican party posters, the joints where it's
yes.
like it looks like the old Cash Money flyers. It's like
Yep.
so and so versus Soldier Lady, May 26th.
Yeah. The Welch's fruit snacks and all of that stuff, they selling all of that. And like that, I think that's probably the one thing about New York I really miss was that constant reminder. So you talked earlier about like, you know, working hard and you always kind of seeing me as a person that really worked hard. Like it was impossible not to in a place like New York, man. At least it felt like that to me, where it was
Atlanta's
like, yo, I'm
too.
seeing hustle every day. Like I'm watching people even when you're walking on the sidewalks, people are like focused, like they're walking like with purpose. Like I'm going to work right now.
They're itinerant.
Yeah, man, and present and like ready to go. And it's hard. I mean, once you kind of I guess melded into your fabric, and it becomes who you are. It's hard to shut that off.
It's really why I don't like to eat sitting down. It freaks people out who aren't used to it, but it's like, no, I'm in a fast-paced mode. My mind has always been attuned to fast-paced things, so I like to eat on the go, right? And I want to go back to the origin stuff too, because I was going somewhere with that. But you're right, like that is and specifically of the selling things origin. My bad, but you're right. That New York in you, and then you go back to putting us back in the place at Aqueduct, right?
Right.
So my mom's grabbing her sweatsuit. She's saying, take your allowance and you buy something. And then that what you buy to go sell when we're going out, I'm gonna sell the moms and dads sweatsuits. You sell their children whatever toys you think are cool, and then those toys that you think are cool will make you more money, and your allowance grows. And brilliant lesson, man. So I'm buying all types of knockoff Power Rangers. Like it's a flea market, right? So but I'm like, hey, no, this is really Power Rangers, man. I'm telling you, like I used to have like bootleg Pokemon cards and stuff like that. This is the new industry, right? So now it's much more legitimate, right? I mean, and being facetious in some part, but like seriously, the quality, as we've often told, is so incredible. And shout out to Rohan, man, because his ability to capture the quality in my clothing and
shout
how
out to
I
Big
put so
Ro.
much into it, man. Like
shout out to Big Ro.
I was literally in tears earlier. I haven't even given him the feedback directly via text because life has just been moving so fast lately. But I was in tears the way I saw him represent this thing that I've been poring over for years and just making sure. I mean, in the decades of work and decades of research. And he's got a newborn, so he's a stay-at-home dad. So it's been tough for him to get the stuff done. He's been sending me messages like he's upset or like thinking I would be upset. I'm like, nah, man, take your time. Like this is this.
I get it.
I know whenever I get it, it'll be good. And
that's right.
Even to Ro, right? That semester I took off. That's when I met Rohan. Is when I was working at Foot Locker. When I found out
I realized that. It was that time.
When I was working at Foot Locker for the summer, couldn't get an internship freshman summer. Then I find out that you don't have enough money to go back to Morehouse. So it was a super tough time. And that was like my only really, really close friend. Him and a guy named Isaac were my closest friends at that time. I was back in New York. So just knowing the kid that he saw and like, nah, this kid that like, cause he was my assistant manager at the Foot Locker in Soho. But, I don't realize who I am. And I don't mean that to be haughty at all in this instance, but it's like, I'm not normal. Like there are things about me that are, and I mean that in the good ways and in the bad ways, that other people can see like this ain't really normal, and I don't think I get that. So looking back, and he's like, yeah, the kid that was working here that had dreams and had all of these talents and things, like to see me actually push and execute it. Because anytime I would tell Ro I was bored over the last 15 years, he'd be like, go draw something. like an
That's
old
real.
Jamaican dad, right? Which he's an old
That's
Jamaican
real.
dad now. But he's
Go
like,
read a
go
book.
work on some art. What you mean you bored? Go paint something. And I was like, no, dude, because like it was so stressful to create. That's the other thing in this journey over the years. But anyway, let's go back to selling popcorn and candies and things.
Yeah, I mean, that's always kind of been a thing, man. It's I mean, when I moved to Maryland, you know, I started work. I mean, I worked at Sears for years. Like I stopped
My
working
man
at
talks about
Sears
working at
freshman
Sears
year.
all the time.
No,
Yeah.
sophomore year of college. I worked at
First jobs is a cool
RIP Sears.
conversation.
What'd you
First
say?
jobs is a really cool conversation.
It
First
is.
jobs.
We should probably
So
make that an actual like
no,
episode.
let's just
That's
do
a
it
good
now.
one.
We got time. We got 20 minutes.
Fair enough.
So
Go ahead.
my first job was I am a hustler and I am a Jamaican because I forgot. There was one time in high school when I had 3 jobs. I was working at Best Buy, Marshalls, and I was a mall kiosk talent scout for like John Robert Powers or something like that. Like this
Oh, nah, that's
modeling
creepy.
agency.
That's so creepy.
And I'm like 17, 16, 17, trying to sell
Hey, has
people.
anyone ever told you got a face for
You're
modeling?
beautiful. You need to come and get these you need to come and get these headshots. Like it's crazy. In Columbia Mall.
The funniest thing about that is Columbia Mall. Shout out to Columbia Mall. Let's go. The funny thing that you all don't realize is for as long as I've known Zan, there are still things that come up in this podcast that I never knew. I never knew that he did that. I had no idea. I'm learning with you all. I had no clue. That's hilarious.
I didn't do it for super long.
I mean, it doesn't matter. You did it.
I've had a lot of jobs. I've been a janitor.
Yeah, me too.
But being the bathroom guy was definitely the worst job I've ever had.
Has to be.
38 floors. Back to that talking about litigiousness and attorneys. So I'm working at a white shoe law firm in New York, maybe top 3 of the white shoe law firms in the country. Yeah, and that's also when I worked at the same place later, and that's where I got extorted. Mm-hmm. I remember that story. That's a crazy story that we'll have to just tell one time. Just 20 years old, getting extorted on your job. There was crazy. We all got fired. It was the wildest thing I've ever seen at a law firm. But before I came back and worked there, this isn't in that same summer when I was home, or that same year. Sorry, that semester that I was off. So I'm working at the law firm, and I'm working through a temp agency. And I tell them I'm in school. I think I want to be pre-law. I was a poli-sci major at the time. So I'm like, let's see if we get some law work. Yeah. Like, okay, you got a good typing speed. Like they had me take a typing test and everything. And I'm still a quick typer to this day, though. Rohan is blown away by how fast I type. He made me take a typing test at his house. It's like, who does that? He's such a weirdo. When I was in LA, he was like, "Yeah, man, sit down." And he's like, "What kind of keyboard do you want? The Thocking kind?" Or I was like, "Why are you testing me?" I have the highest score in his home out of anybody that's visited. That's 99 words a minute. Fire.
I could barely use a QWERTY keyboard, man.
No, I'm good. But I can text without looking too. Like something about letters in my brain is just the dumbest of all.
I've seen you do it.
But I'm working at the law firm, and I'm thinking that they're going to send me to the law firm to do real legal type of work. And the temp agency, I don't know what she was, my agent or whatever. She was like, "Yeah, we got some work for you." And she tells me the name of the law firm. I look them up. I'm super hype. I won't mention them here. I'm like, "Oh, this is going to be great." I got on my pink Oxford button-down polo.
That boy ready.
Yeah, man. Slacks. Brown suede loafers, probably from Aldo at the time at 18, right? Like feeling really fresh. Gold buckles on them. I go, and she said there might be a little light furniture moving. I was like, okay, I'm not sure what you mean, but okay, cool. I get there, and the guy says, I'll never forget. His name was Nate. I'll never forget this dude. He looks at me, says, he said, "Yo, you look real fresh, man." He said, "You a little too overdressed to be the bathroom dude." I was like, "Huh?
Oh no,
what the bathroom dude? What you mean, Nate?" But as I'm humble, I clean that firm has 38 floors, 2 men's bathrooms on every floor.
Wow.
I pushed that cart that day in my slacks, my loafers, my pink polo, pushed that cart to 38 bathrooms. I mean, well, actually it's more than that, right? Because it's 38 floors. Like, push my cart to 76 bathrooms. Ooh, that math is getting better now.
There you go. That's quick.
I'm about to do numbers tomorrow. Got to break those deals out with people. But 76 bathrooms, and got to the 76th, and somebody had explosive diarrhea. And I looked at that toilet, took off my little smock, and pushed the cart back out. Said, "Yeah, I can't. I'm done for the day. I am like I will never. It never returned." never, like, no, cannot do it.
That's where you do the line.
I am a college student. That might be what sent me back to Morehouse. That's the thing
I
that
believe
pushed me
it.
back.
I believe it. I
It's
believe
crazy,
it.
man.
I believe it. I mean, yeah. I mean, those are the moments that people, or those are the experience that people don't see, right? People don't see, people only really see you as you are, like they don't see all of the things you had to do before to get to this point, even with the art, even with the clothing line. Like people that don't see those portions of it.
Look, what was
If they
episode 3?
did,
No
they would
L's, just
appreciate it
lessons.
way more. What'd you say?
Yeah. No, sorry, man. I was just saying episode 3, 4, no L's, just lessons.
No L's,
You
just
said that
lessons,
long
man.
ago. That was
That's
last
true.
year.
That's true.
But I
That's true.
took the L's, man. I took a lot. I'm looking at. I'm hopeful for
Mhm.
tomorrow for sure. And when I think about all of the skill sets that we integrate in who we are and how we show up every day, right? You got corporate us and all the things we've learned from these corporations in supporting the corporation and their goals. So now we
Yeah.
take those lessons and we support our own individual goals. And I'm thinking about integrating into things we learn when we're selling candy. And
Mhm.
so you talked about knocking on the doors, hitting the
Mhm.
block. And
Mhm.
I was a Cub Scout. So I think I made it to like the beginning of Weeblos. I never finished Cub Scouts, so I wasn't like, but I was killing that wolf era. I won the Pinewood Derby.
Yeah.
Have I told you that?
No.
Well, I didn't win. I placed third though, so I placed
Who
in the
is this
Pinewood Derby.
man? I had no
Yeah,
idea that you were in that.
my godmother worked for General Motors, so I kind of was a ringer because she worked on the
Oh,
assembly
okay.
line at General Motors.
Mhm.
So she helped me build my car. It was like she knew weights and measures and things. So it was like I had a fast on the track, man. It was blue and yellow too, the way we painted it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
find that picture. I'm trying to see that.
I can't, man. I've been looking. That's one of my favorite moments in time. And I had the Columbia blue Jordan 11s with my Cub Scout uniform, so I could see it very clear.
Very
Super
on
fresh,
brand.
super
Extremely
fresh.
on
Which
brand.
had to be 95 because they were 11s because the 12s came out in 96. So like just that era and that moment, that's one of the happiest moments of my childhood, bro.
I believe it.
Cub Scouts. My dim mother's name was Barbara Crandall. Look, this is how I'm spitting straight facts, y'all. I know everything about this. I was a Cub Scout. Never made it super far, but like in all of these things, right? They're all in my clothing.
Yeah.
My clothing is a gift from my inner child to your adult outerwear, and that's why it's all cartoons. I'm the kid who saw my uncle wearing Iceberg, and like it was just cartoons, and the clothing just made sense, right? I'm honoring that child, and I was also the kid who was not only did I place in the Pinewood Derby, but I was crushing it when we were selling Trails in popcorn.
Yep.
Every time the troop had the popcorn sales, I was in the kid who pissed in the popcorn bucket. Now it makes total sense, bridging the gap between last episode of who was potty trained on the popcorn bucket. But seriously, would go hit every. So we talked about Grandma's building. We would drive up to New York to make our sales, or even when there was like Pop Warner football candy sales and things, we drive up to New York like, hey, this is our market. We know people. Once we get to this market, we know where to hit, and we would go to in that building, right? 20 families, 5 floors, four units on every floor. Come and knock. And also, it was like I'm also doing collections because they hadn't seen me in a while. It's like, all right, come on, hand out, give me my little allowance, my money, and then go to the Aqueduct Flea Market, buy my wares with that money, get the popcorn sales. And it was like I had a circuit, man. And it's still something that I employ today.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah,
I mean, I've pretty much had every job you could think of, bro. I've sold Cutco knives for Vector Marketing. I've sold Ford cars before.
What was the machine that Chris Gardner was selling in?
Oh, the little medical device joints.
Imagine still on the block selling medical devices. What was Death of a Salesman? Willie Lomax.
Death of a Salesman. That's right. That's right. That's very nerdy. Well done. Well done. That's good. That's good.
Well read. But no, it's and then Biff. And that's why because we were just talking about
Back to the Future.
We were just talking about Back to the Future. Can we talk about that on air?
Yeah.
Can we just do that here? We've said enough about it. Y'all support me and my brand.
Chest, man.
Like we'll get back to this, but support me and my brand. I'm at Black on the Block Festival tomorrow, which would be Tuesday for you all hearing it. So it would have been yesterday. I killed it. It was fantastic. It's the first experience to go see the True Luck Charms in a physical store type of environment before I launch my brick and mortar store. So mark that here. I am having a brick and mortar soon enough. But beyond that, let's just talk about Michael J. Fox, who is the GOAT. We love Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, we do.
We've got bonus footage that we recorded before this podcast because we wanted to be topical, but we were just going on about how much we love MJF. So, but what we were also saying is that the third installment of every every film franchise does not need to happen.
No.
After you do 2, you really don't need a third sequel. Like, and you barely pushed it. You pushed it with a 2. Did we really?
Right.
Okay. exception. What's the one exception for you? Let's see if we tabooed this out.
For the third one,
Yeah. What's a fire
being
third
good.
installment?
I don't know that I have one, bro. I
Friday
can't think.
After Next.
I can't think of. What'd you say?
Friday After Next. Friday After Next.
Oh, that's true.
Fire.
That's
We
good.
we
That's
can
a
do
funny
it out.
movie.
It's in the
I
canon.
watch it every year.
We
Christmas
needed
time.
it.
Yeah.
It's the best Christmas movie of all time.
That's true.
We've said this
That's
before.
true.
I've said
That's
this
true.
before, but like, no,
That's
it's
true.
necessary. So
That's
that's
a
the
good
one.
point.
But Bad Boys 3 didn't need it.
Nope.
Back to the Future 3
Ninja Turtles 3
did not need it.
Didn't need it. Yeah.
Oh no, Ninja Turtles.
Secret of the Ooze was fire though. Secret of the Ooze was fire. The second Ninja Turtle movie?
Sorry, yeah,
that was
it
fire.
was. But sorry, I got it confused for a little bit because I'm back on selling my bootleg.
That was when they
Power
were in
Rangers. I was thinking
Japan and they had the
Ivan
scepter.
Ooze. Oh, so I almost bought. I was at Home Goods the other day, and I almost bought a figure. I almost bought a samurai figure because the samurai figure had the same outfit that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had on in Japan. But then I was like, is this cultural appropriation? I was like, where would this go in my home? I don't really know enough about the culture to just be buying this figure, so I left it alone. And I thought it was in poor taste ahead of AAPI Heritage Month.
Let me tell you something. Everybody from the era that's like from that were born in like the 70s, like that loves Wu-Tang has a samurai figure somewhere in their house. That's just what it is.
I have a I believe it's called the Tang Shuang. I can't pronounce it correctly, and I don't speak Mandarin.
Hell if I know.
But it's essentially didn't need Rush Hour 3, so I'm gonna bring us into Rush Hour right now.
Didn't need Rush Hour 3. Dang, you're right.
But remember the outfit basically that Don Cheadle wore. That Chinese top is called the Tang Shuang. I'll go look it up, and I have one of those in yellow. I can't pronounce it correctly, but yeah, that's what that outfit is called. Yeah, absolutely. So that is that's one of my most fire fits actually. And so everybody heads back to that era. But every time I want to wear
your hand in,
come on, man. No.
Oh man, hit him with
it's not that big. From Crenshaw.
From Crenshaw.
We need that clip on here. All right, man.
That's good.
So back to, I really want to go back
to the story, by the way.
This idea of hustling, this idea of business ventures. What's one of the things that you never thought you'd see yourself doing business-wise that when you look back, you say, yeah, all of these steps back to the speaking the language in the universe, this makes sense. I did this. I sold candy. I sold CDs. I guess I could sell this. Like I sold phone. You were selling phone plans. Like, right. Yeah. So I'm guessing I can sell CDs. Yeah. I'm in the whole bag, man. But yeah, talk about like just some of those things because you've done a lot of selling, man.
I've done a lot of selling, man. I mean, I would say that that's kind of how I ended up in advertising, right? So our good friend Wadi Farr, also a native New Yorker from the Bronx. And he will definitely let you know what that's about. But you don't need to say a word. You will absolutely know. Oh
like,
yeah,
okay, that's that borough. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
I think, yeah, because I had the Sears and I was selling $7,000 plasma TVs when they first came out and they were heavy as hell. And like to be a 15-year-old kid on a work permit, because back then, you had to get your parents to sign that joint for you to work. And to get 7,000, what'd you say?
I had to work for Miss selling those modeling packages.
I have so many questions. We got to come back to that because that's wow. I had no idea. You
15 slinging $7,000 things. Go ahead, man.
I feel like every show I've ever seen when it's been like the creepy, like come take these pictures was wild, like Full House or like Blossom.
I'm about to kill you right now.
What you got?
You're about to die laughing. Maybe not as much because I'm setting up, but guess what? I can picture it very clearly. Guess what I was wearing on my first day at the mall kiosk?
I'm gonna guess a polo of some sort.
The Giorgio Brutini combo tie.
Giorgio Brutini, baby.
It was the lilac with the silver and black top.
The box set.
Mm-hmm. Because
oh my god, yo!
But because my other job was at Marshalls. All of my jobs are going to fuel each other. All of my jobs are going to fuel each other.
Giorgio Brutini is an Italian menswear company
Allegedly.
that used to be at like J.C. Penney. It was in Macy's,
Yeah,
Marshall
no, the
Fields.
people
If you
know.
were in the
No, our
Midwest,
people. Let's be real. If you're listening to this, you've stepped in a
you
Burlington coat
definitely stepped in
factory in
some
your
Giorgio
life.
Brutinis,
Yeah,
some Floor Shines,
yeah.
Stacey
Y'all, look,
Adams.
the Burlington boys. That's what
The
we might need to
Burlington
call
boy,
'em.
yes, Burlington. That's right. The Burlington.
Yeah, man. I was a Maxinista before they had Maxinistas. Another Jay-Z reference. Used to shop at TJ
Yep.
Maxx back in '83.
Yep.
I'm connected to Hove, man. I'm feeling like me and Hove are
That's your
manifesting
guy.
what's about
I'm
to
a
happen
Nas
soon,
guy,
man.
but that's your guy. I get it. I get it. I respect
well,
him.
Hove is my favorite rapper.
Mhm.
We can go back to where I'm saying. Remember, we had this conversation with Trent, where
Yes.
Hove up until a certain point. I don't think we needed any Hove album after Magna Carta, Holy Grail. But
Trent, don't
I
curse
didn't
us
think
out,
we needed
please.
Magna Carta, Holy Grail. Let's just, and this is terrible when we're bookending the podcast with Hove stuff.
With
But
Jay-Z
anyway,
songs,
but at any rate, man, it's. I feel like, we got a little bit of Marcy Project origins in the True Luck family. We got a lot of Marcy Project origins with the True Luck family. I feel so connected to Hove in so many different spaces and ways that's why I feel like I can architect the blueprint, right? Nobody's built like you. You designed yourself. He was giving us gems over gems. Half of my gems that you're getting in my clothing and getting in my copy that I write, it's all coming from Jay. So this is me praising Jay in this moment, but Nas is my favorite album.
See Caesar, see Caesar, see Brutus, see Jesus, see Judas, see Success
is like a suicide, and I've got
Caesar
and Brutus and Jesus Judas tattoo. Like, what's the other thing though? I mean, this is random, but this is on the jersey, right? The 5/5. I've got the angels everywhere. Like I'm living everything that I've done. Is like my art is in my clothing. My clothing is in me. Like my art is literally imitating life. But where we were going before we went on the Jay-Z tangent is Jay favorite artist, Nas favorite album though. It was written as my favorite album of all time. So it's like it's an interesting. Now, Can I Live favorite song of all time? Not of all time. I don't know of all time because it switches it. What's your favorite song of all time, man? That's a hard one, right?
You got to get interesting. My favorite song of all time, like it's a song I could play at any point and I feel great about playing it. It's either Imaginary Players or Feeling It.
Both Jay-Z joints.
Both Jay-Z joints. Ironically, like those are my favorite. Those are like my favorite songs.
I've got a segue to bring us out, man. Feeling It is harder for me now.
In what sense?
Dog, I'm hurting that my uncle is gone.
Yeah, I feel you.
I ain't really had time to deal with that, but tomorrow's his birthday.
Okay. Shout out to Aunt.
First birthday with him gone, and I buried him in this hoodie.
Yep, and that's right.
When I did is I went home and they had me do the poster board of him for his funeral, right? Just last minute and all that. And I told that story. Yeah, I told that story on my True Luck art page, and I played Feeling It in that story of telling like how I was honoring my uncle. So every time I hear Feeling It now, it's just got a different level of spiritual.
That's right.
And he was Brooklyn, right? He was he's the I'm not a blood True Luck. This brand, this label is because my mom's stepfather legally adopted her, but that's my uncle's father. So that's how we got this True Luck name that's now on the sweatsuits that I produce. And my mom, Cheech True Luck was selling sweatsuits up and down the highway. And now I sell sweatsuits to the masses. And my stuff is all over the country and it's super like I shipped to Arizona and Virginia just yesterday. And it's like just seeing this happen, man, it's incredible. But thinking of this idea of Jay-Z and Feeling It and how spiritual that has become, man, I think it would be a favorite, but we've got the Jay-Z Can't Knock the Hustle on the back. I mean, what is it? What do we got? You Don't Know on the back end? I got super emotional where I was going. I messed up the whole outro, man.
No, that's fine, bro. Like that's real. Yeah, I mean, especially because it's on birthday tomorrow too, man. That's real.
And that's the thing, right? Like if somebody would have told him that we would sell clothing, not in this lifetime, man. So
right.
Yeah, can we play out, bro? Because I don't think I'm gonna hold it together anymore, man.
I got you. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry
Man,
about that.
they finally got a tear out of me on air. It's
Hey,
so good to
man,
hold them over the
welcome.
last 18 episodes.
Welcome.
Oh man, no, that's it, man. It's a lot of good energy in the air around this, and I'm excited for this event tomorrow. So if somebody would have told him that Zan would sell clothing, it was never something that I thought of. And my uncle never got my clothing until we buried him, man.
And for whatever reason, it's like not working.
The devil done busy, bro.
The devil damn
Just
busy.
hate stomping all. Look, that's because Jay-Z said we have 5 extra, and we talked about him too much. He wants that check. I blame Rock Nation for this.
I might have to just
No
add it in
outro
post,
song,
man.
Yeah, now we got no. I think this is a perfect way to outro, because if anybody was gonna step on the beauty of the moment, it's gonna be. Come on, this is terrible.
There
All
it
right,
goes.
so
Okay, hold on.
got it.
Maybe it'll start. Hold on. Let's see.
Let's see.
Okay.
Turn my music high.
We didn't get the part that we needed.
It's not the part
This
that I
what we
need,
got.
but
Look, y'all take this. You don't know.
Sure.
yeah, it was fine.
I'm from the streets with a hood, swallow 'em in.
There you go.
Man, fuck this stuff,
So
man.
much coke that you could run
When you
from.
listen to this song,
Cocaine and shit,
it's
top
to
to
the
bottom.
144 mark, where Jay-Z says if somebody would have told him that Hov would sell. Oh, there you go.
Somebody would have told him that Hov would
There you
sell
go.
Thank you, Stu.
I got you.
In a real time.
In my right mind. That's another difference that's between me and them. I smarten up, open the
The
market up.
market is wide open. The community is wide open, baby. Look, go read the news when we get off the air, man. I think it really
I got it. I saw it. I didn't get a chance to read it.
Yeah, you're in the joint a couple times. You're Did you see that joint on the stage where they get this is a family brand, bro. Put me anywhere on God's green earth.
That's one of the hardest bars. That's the most New York like that's like the tagline. Like, that could be the
hustler,
state.
baby. I sell water to a well.
That could be the state motto right there.
Come on, DJ.
All right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of here, man. I got good. Look, I'm hyped going into it, man. It's gonna